Welcome to Soccer Gaming and welcome to this week's Dynasty Rebuild. As always, we take a team from opening day. In this case, it's going to be the Cincinnati Reds. It's time for a Cincinnati Reds rebuild, and we're going to take them and try to win a World Series in the first 5 years. So if you're a Cincinnati fan, stick around. All right. Let's get this one started. I'm excited about Cincinnati Reds, and a lot of it is because there's a few guys on this team that I really do enjoy, and I think it's gonna be a fun time doing this. And I'm doing this the same way I do every single one, so I'm kind of just like doing my thing, you know, just letting it sim, doing all that stuff. But first of all, let's look at what we have as far as rosters goes. We're just gonna take a look at the lineups. Kyle Holder, never heard of him. Jesse Winker, you've heard of him. Joey Votto, playing well. Suarez at third base. Mike Moustakas from the Royals a couple years ago. Nicholas Castellanos, Naequin, Aquino, Tucker Barnhart, Nick Senzel, Kyle Farmer, Tyler Stevenson, and a few other guys as well. And honestly, they're a young team that a few changes will definitely make this team a playoff team and possibly a World Series team. Like literally just a few changes would do so there. And the pitching rotation is actually pretty good with Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo, Tyler Mal, Michael Lorenzen, and Anton. Never heard of him. I don't know if, wow, deep potential, really good. They got Wade Miley on the bench. Usually he's the starter. He's actually done pretty decent this year. And then Sean Doolittle, Amir Garrett, a few of the notables in the bullpen. So I think there's some changes we definitely need to do. Coming in ranked number 22, 19th in contact, 13th in power, 14th in pitching, 30th in defense, which is not good, and 24th in speed. And I don't think this is going to be a rebuild that I can turn around in a year or two. I think it's going to take us probably 4 years to get this team where I want them and how I want them built. And going into this, shortstop is obviously a thing that we're going to need to address. I actually don't mind the outfield. I think the outfield is good enough to possibly make a run soon. However, it's not something like, I think we could make it work. They go mid 80s, we're fine. If they can't, then we'll have to make some changes. Joey Votto, honestly, gonna probably trade him right away here at the beginning of the season. Try to get some sort of value out of him in this rebuild. Suarez, good. We're gonna keep him for as long as we possibly can. Mike Moustakas, a guy that can go both ways on this, meaning he can either kind of tail off at 32, or he could put in a good 3 or 4 seasons for us and actually do pretty well. Castellanos, we're not worried about him. He'll be good for a while. Tyler Naequin, another guy that might end up being traded, but we're going to see how he does. Aquino, a guy that stepped up with, what year was it? Was it the playoffs of 2019, 2020, something? Playoffs. He stepped up, hit a few big home runs. Hasn't really done anything since. And then Tucker Barnhart and Tyler Stevenson, excited about them as well. Tyler Stevenson, a deep potential that surprises me. And then Nick Senzel, a guy that has been one of my favorite players for a long time. And I really, if he could just not get injured all the time, that would be great. So we're going to make some changes there. And then the pitching rotation, I'm actually really happy with, especially with Sonny Gray. A guy that honestly, I think we might trade early on in the season and try to get two pitchers out of him. Luis Castillo staying on the team. Malley, I think, stays for a while. We'll see how he does in the long run. Lorenzen, probably a guy that we keep for the first year but move on from. And Tone and Miley, definite trade chips there. And then I'm not really worried about the bullpen. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this one off, and I'm going to try to get rid of Votto, try to see what kind of value we can get back with Votto. And then I'm also going to, I think, maybe even move. We might even try to move like a Lorenzen or something, or Sonny Gray. Might try to move Sonny Gray before he declines and kind of use that, because I don't think he's going to be good in year 2, year 3, and so I kind of want to move on from him and get some value out of him now, instead of having to wait for him to kind of start playing bad and then try to get value out of him. Try to move Votto because he's not going up. So we're moving Votto, and then we're going to move Sonny Gray, and we're going to see what we can get back in return. So I think we found a trade that we're okay with. We're going to get Ryan Mountcastle. I think he ends up doing pretty good if we sign him to a long contract. Hopefully he does well. Honestly, it's hard to find a first baseman that can do a good job, to be honest with you. So it's one of those things where you try to find somebody and see if it works. We're also going to be giving him some different people down here, just people that probably won't ever make it to the show. So not to worry about it. Get the trade done. Ryan Mountcastle is now a part of the Cincinnati Reds, and we're going to go out and try to get a trade done for Sonny Gray. Well, got to be happy with this. So we're going to go out and get Severino and Davy Garcia. Both guys really young. Both guys a potential. I think we could get a lot of good use out of this. All for Sonny Gray and then a couple of prospects that, again, won't probably ever make the club. So not too worried about it. And I'm happy with this trade because I just think Sonny Gray's got maybe another year or two before he starts declining. He might even start declining this year. So I want to make sure that we get some sort of value in it. And Severino and David Garcia, both guys that I know get really, really good year 2, year 3. So we're going to go ahead and make this trade. And I think we start the season with what we have now. Just taking a look over the lineups again. Shortstop is something we need to touch on, but I honestly think we can grab a good shortstop in the off season. Usually there's some pretty good shortstops in the off season that we can get from free agency. So we're going to worry about that in the off season. We're going to start this season. We're going to get it rolling, and hopefully either we flop and we get a good draft pick, which I'm okay with, or we make a little playoff push. So I will catch you guys at the All-Star break, unless we have a good draft or something crazy in the draft. I will see you guys at the All-Star break. So I'm going through just to see if we can get anything for this pitcher, and we actually can, and we're actually going to trade him for Taylor Trammell, outfielder that I really like. Gets pretty good. Also can use him as a trade chip later on at a potential. So we gave up that starting pitcher that we no longer have in our starting pitchers. So we're not really losing anything. We're more or less just trying to get some good value from our trade. So I will now catch you guys when we are at the All-Star break. So we are at the All-Star break and we're above 500. So I can't be mad about it. 48 and 43. Let's take a look and see how we're doing. Mountcastle not playing bad. 247, 250-ish we're happy with. 247 from Winker. Castellanos 270. Good to see. Wow, Suarez is killing it. 30 home runs, 279 average. He's absolutely blistering it right now. Moose doing his thing. 18 home runs for him. 245 from Senzel. So need to get that a little bit better. Is he at least stealing bases? Not really. 248, 206 from Tucker Barnhart. Got to be better than that. 201 for Kyle Holder, and we kind of knew that he wasn't going to be doing much for us. These guys on the bench actually not doing too bad. Want to see them maybe get some more playing time. Let's go over and see what the pitching is doing. Castillo 279, really good from him. 330 from Severino, 402 from Malley, 317 from Lorenzen, and Brandon Bailey. So we must have some injuries on the team, and he's actually not bad. 208, we're happy with that. Bullpen's doing good. Bullpen's doing pretty good. So yeah, we're happy with that as well. See how Doolittle doing. 36 saves already. Only 48 wins. 36 of them he's had to save. So they've been close games. We'll have to see what the injury list looks like. So Garcia, torn finger ligament. Ouch. He's only out for another 7 days. So he'll be back at the second half of the season. So I think it's tough because I don't think we can make a playoff push this first year. So I don't want to sell out. I think maybe year 2, year 3 will be there. So I almost just want to let this trade deadline go. And actually, let's see what we can get. I want to see if we can get something for the shortstop we do have. See if we can get something for him. And possibly, ooh, He's actually hitting pretty good. Where's the shortstop we have? This guy. See if we can get something for him. I don't know if anybody's going to give us anything. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, they're not going to give us anything. So I think we just go ahead and send to September call-ups, and I will see you guys then. September call-ups are among us. We are 6 games out of first place. Let's take a look and see at the standings, see if we have any chance at making a wild card. We do. We're 2.5 games behind. We got the Padres, the Brewers, the Braves, us, Nationals, and Cubs, maybe even Phillies fighting for that last spot. So I think we sim up a couple of games. We'll see if a couple of games left before the postseason and see if we actually have a chance of getting in, or to see if we just move on to next season. So we went ahead and simmed through, and we ended up above 500, but not able to make the postseason. 83 and 79 our final record. So not too upset with it. It's not that bad. I mean, for the first year, I didn't really expect us to make it in to the playoffs. Next year, I would expect us to make it in, and the third and fourth year, I would expect us to win it. So let's take a look and see how we did throughout the season. 237 for Mountcastle, not great. 239 from Senzel. Just, he needs to get better. If like he's a potential. So if he's not growing the way we want him to, might have to send him away. 287 for Suarez, ends up hitting 47 home runs, 122 RBIs, 36 home runs and 87 RBIs for Moustakas. Winker ended up hitting 254, 23 bombs, 11, 256 for Aquino. Naequin, 282 average, 247 average for Barnhart. So he ends up getting a little bit better. He was at like 202 last time I looked. And then another young shortstop in at 204, so not good there. Bench guys, not bad. Not bad from the bench guys. Kind of just what we expected, I guess, to see. Let's go over to the pitching rotation. See how we did. 340. Not great from Castillo. Obviously, it's better than a lot of people. Anything under like a 3.5 ERA is good. 316 for Severino. 437 from Garcia. Tyler Malley, not bad. 384 from him. 304 from Lorenzen. So he ends up having a good season as well. The bullpen, good. Not upset about the bullpen at all. 56 saves. Wow, that's a lot for Doolittle. I almost wish he would have went up. We could have traded him in the offseason, because that's some pretty impressive numbers from a closer. So let's go ahead and sim the offseason. I'm assuming that it's going to be... Oh, the Mets beat the White Sox. Not what I thought would happen, honestly. So let's go ahead, go the offseason, and I will see you guys in free agency. So we're ready for free agency, and just like I thought, we got plenty of shortstops to go after. We can either have Story, Lindor, or Baez. Probably trying to find the best deal from here. Let's take a look and see how they did last year. 269 for Story, 274, and 29 home runs for Lindor. Both had 29 home runs. How did Baez do? Not as well. So probably go after either Story or Lindor. Probably whichever one's cheaper. It looks like Story might be a little cheaper to get. And I don't think we go after Syndergaard, just for the fact that I don't want to blow all the money I have. You know, I actually try to get Corey Seager as well and put him in at second base. He always does really well. Wow, he had 53 home runs last year. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, so we'll for sure try to get Corey Seager there, and then I think we go after Story. But I'm going to go ahead and sim through and show you the free agents that decide to sign. So we were able to lock down Trevor Story. Good to see there. Corey Seager, got him as well. So we were able to get the last guy I wanted, and that is Robert Osuna. So we are good to go, and I will see you guys at the beginning of the season. So we are ready for year 2. Excited of what we did in the offseason, a few changes that we need to make. So let me make those, and I'll show you the lineups. So let's take a look at the lineups, and what I wanted to tell you what I did was I moved Corey Seager to second base. So that's all I did, and as you noticed, he went from like an 87 to a 96 by just moving him to second base. So starting off, we got Trevor Story, Ryan Mountcastle, Corey Seager, Suarez, Winker, Moustakas, Castellanos, David Bell at catcher, Donnie Bell, sorry, and Nick Senzel in center. Here are our bench guys. Tucker Barnhart probably will end up playing more. However, that's what we got for the starters there. Going over to the pitching rotation, we got Luis Castillo, we got Severino, Garcia, Mally Lodolo coming up from the minors. I completely forgot we had him. Jesse Biddle, Amir Garrett's in here, Lucas Sims, Sean Doolittle, and our brand new closer, and Robert Osuna. So hopefully we're going to be a little bit better this year. Just looking at the ranks, when we started last year, I believe we were 20 or 22. We're down to 8 with 5th in contact, 2nd in power, 6th in pitching, 25th in defense, and 21st in speed. I think we just go ahead and sim to the All-Star break, see where we're at, see if there's some trades we need to make. I'm excited about what we have this year. I do think it's a playoff team. I don't think we'll have a chance at winning the World Series unless we make a few additional changes. So we'll see where we're at the All-Star break and go from there. So we're at All-Star break and we are 49 and 42. And I got to be honest with you, we were well under 500. So started the season off not so hot, able to come back from it and go above 500 at the All-Star break. We are 49 42, 2.5 games out of first place of the Cardinals. Let's take a look and see how we are doing. 283 from Mountcastle. He's playing well this year. 353 from this guy. Who is this guy? 17 at bats. Okay, never mind. On to the next guy. 340 from Seeger. Wow. 306 at bats, 24 home runs, 58 RBIs already. Hitting 340 currently. Suarez 310. All of these guys are crushing it. 303 from Winker. 276 from Moose. 260 from Castellanos. Senzel, oh, you're killing me, man. I'm trying so hard to keep you on the team, but you are making it hard. And it looks like we have a bunch of injuries or something. I don't know what's going on here, but from what I see, these guys are hitting pretty darn well. So I wonder if like the guys that got injured aren't doing so hot or what the problem is here. Let's take a look at the pitching rotation. 279, 224. So it's not pitching. It's not, well, 691's not good from Lodolo. That's not good at all. Mally, 256. He's killing it. 456 from Garcia. Hopefully he could turn that around. 224. Yeah, so not bad there. I wonder how we are barely above 500 because these are good stats. Let's take a look at the injured list, see what we got here. So Trevor Story's got a broken hand. That seems to be the only big injury there. So I wonder, let's take a look at Story and see what he was hitting before he got injured. Because I just wonder, like, he's hitting 267. I don't know what's going on, honestly. I don't know where this guy came from, but we'll take it. Yeah, we're 7 games up on 500. Honestly, catcher maybe, outfield possibly. I don't know. The outfielders aren't doing too hot. The catcher's not doing so hot either. So maybe we try to go out and get a catcher that can at least play better defense or something. I don't know if the problem's on defense or, you know, where the problem is. The outfield's not the greatest, but I also think they're good enough to win, and they're playing well enough right now. To like Winker's hitting 303, Castellanos 260. Senzel's not doing too hot. We might end up trading Senzel. We'll just have to see. I think we need a catcher and possibly a center fielder that's playing better. The infield's amazing. I'm not really worried about that. I'm not really worried about the starting pitching, but I do think the center field and catcher we need to address before moving on in the season. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and I will show you guys the trades, and then we will push on until September call-ups. So I think we got a trade that I'm okay with. We're going to get Alejandro Kirk, and the reason why is because he just hits better, hitting 249, currently 7 home runs, 23 RBIs, just much better stats than Tucker Barnhart. And then we're going to give up a couple of relievers that they want a relieving pitching, so we're going to give them a couple of deep potential guys in the pitching role, complete that one, and then let's go look for a center fielder. So I think we were able to find a trade I'm happy with. We're giving up kind of a lot. I feel like they're definitely getting the better end of this trade. However, I feel like we need to do it because I feel like we really need our center fielder to give us something. Because Nick Senzel just isn't doing it, and I think a 187 is just not good. And he's not even stealing bases or anything. So We're going to go ahead, get rid of him, get rid of Sean Doolittle. They wanted a relief pitcher, and Doolittle not doing great this year. Almost a 5 ERA. He's also 35 years of age, so decreasing in overall value. And then we're going to give up a left fielder that probably will never see a MLB playing field. And we're going to go get Kyle Lewis. Usually I don't go after these types of players in center field because I just feel like I want more contact than power when it comes from a center fielder. However, Kyle Lewis is playing pretty well. 260, 13 home runs. Like, I like what he's doing this year, so we're going to go head out and get him in this trade and help that center field role. So just kind of looking at that and seeing how we did there. The catcher wise, we dropped a little, but I do feel like we actually have a better hitting catcher now. So if you look at that, they say, you know, we didn't do so hot, but I think we did, and I think we go ahead and sim to probably September call-ups. We'll see where we're at. Hopefully we're in a good position of making the playoffs. I wanted to make the playoffs this year, so that's what we're pushing for. So I will see you guys at September call-ups unless more trades are made. So we are needing some more money, more salary, more budget room to sign a few guys back. So we decided that Nick Castellanos, although I love what he's been doing and love what he's done for this organization and this team, it's time to move on from him, and we're going to go get Austin Meadows. We're going to add a few third basemen on as well with deep potentials and pretty high ages. So guys that won't really help them much. However, they wanted them, so we gave them to him. So we're going to get Meadows for Castellanos. It's going to save us a ton of a budget room. That way we can sign Severino back and have everybody come back for next year. We are at September call-ups, and we are above that 500 mark, but actually 4.5 games out of first place, and it looks like we're going to have a shootout in the NL Central. We got us, the Brewers, the Cubs, and the Cardinals all within 5 games of each other for that last spot. I'm assuming we are all in the wild card. Yep. So pretty much our whole, the Cardinals, Cubs, Brewers, and us all from the NL Central. We got to deal with the Mets and the Padres as well. So currently 6.5 games out of 500, and honestly, not where I wanted to be at. I know that we are definitely not hitting as good as we were earlier in the season, so that's dropped off a little. And as far as our pitching goes, I mean, our pitching's fine. We've kind of moved people in and out because of injuries and everything, but our top two guys are good. Garcia's just slowly figuring it out. Malley's pitched well, and so bullpen's good. Osuna's killing it. He's keeping up what he's doing. So I'm okay with where we're at. I really think we should be able to make the playoffs, but we'll have to see once we sum up to the postseason if we can do it, if we can get it done, and then hopefully we can move on to the playoffs this year. Well, pretty much do that way. 9.5 out. I don't think we're gonna. Yeah, we just keep losing. No postseason this year. That really stinks because this team is good enough to make the postseason, and so for them not to make it, I don't know if we need to replace manager or what's going on here. But let's take a look and see how they did this year. In the lineup, 274 for Story, 265 for Mountcastle. Not a bad season for him. 43 home runs and 305 average for Seeger. He had himself an MVP type year. 35 home runs, 292 for Suarez. 304, 22 home runs from Winker. He had a good year as well. 257 for Moose with 21 home runs. 195 for Aquino. So yeah, it's the outfield. We gotta change the outfield. The outfield's killing us. Kirk did his job. The outfield's got to change. So I don't know if we go fix that in free agency or if we need to do it through trades. I'll have to see the budget we get. Castillo 292, not bad. Severino 284, not bad. Garcia's got to get better. Malley's played well. Nicoladolo struggled. I think he will be okay. If not, we can definitely use him as a trade chip because he's only a B potential. So I don't know. I don't know why I thought he was an A. Not bad here, really. Osuna gave up a few at the end there, but I don't think it mattered. We just didn't play well enough to make the postseason this year. So we will go on, and the Yankees defeated the Cardinals 2022 World Series. So we'll go on to year 3, and we'll see what we can do in free agency. So we did go out. I wanted to tell you, we did go out and get Dave Roberts as our manager. We fired the manager we had before, and we are ready for free agency. And boom, I see Aaron Judge chilling. Don't know if I'll have enough to spend on him. Got about 51 million to spend, and we're at 23.5 million right now. We have not added arbitration, any of that stuff, tender contracts, any of that. So we got to keep that in mind while we're going through here. But Aaron Judge looking like a guy we could probably go after. Might be able to sign. I don't know what he'll end up going for, but we're gonna do our best to try to sign him. I like him over Joey Gallo. Gallo's just a home run guy, and I mean that's fine, but we need people that can hit for average. We don't need necessarily home run guys. I also see Marte down here. We'll see what we can come up with, but we're definitely needing outfielders to boost this team. So I'll go through free agency and all that stuff, and I will let you know who we sign, and then we will move on to next season. So we're able to sign Jose Barrios to a contract. Happy to see that. Aaron Judge, we locked him down as well. Severino goes back to the Yankees, so sad to see that. We were not able to sign him. He wanted more. So we're going to go ahead and sim through the rest of this, and I will see you guys at the beginning of the season. So we were able to get Starling Marte as well on a pretty good contract there. So we're going to go ahead, sim to the beginning of the season, and I will show you the team. We are at the regular season, season 3 of the Cincinnati Reds rebuild, and we come in ranked number 3, first contact, first power, third in pitching, 21st in defense, and 19th in speed. Taking a look at the lineups, Starling Marte, Ryan Mountcastle, Corey Seeger, Judge, Lewis, Suarez, Winker, Story, and Alejandro Kirk. We also have Ravaz and Moustakas here. Moustakas, I think, will move on from this year. I just think that, actually, no, we won't, because this year, next year, we're winning another World Series, and I want to get him another ring. Going over to the pitching rotation, got Castillo, Barrios, Garcia, Malley, and Lodolo, and I think we're pretty solid as far as the team goes this year, and I think that definitely getting to the playoffs. I think this year I said year 3, year 4, a chance at winning it all, and I think we could definitely do that this year. So we added Barrios in the offseason, and we're excited and happy. We also added Judge in the offseason, and I think that was it, because Story and Seeger are from the year before. We added Marte, so we added a few guys that would definitely help this team. So let's go ahead and start the sim. I will catch you guys at the All-Star break. We are at All-Star break, and yeah, this team I built to be good, and they are playing good. 64-25, 7.5 above the Brewers, who are 57-33. So they're having a great season, yet we're still 7.5 games up on them. 3 and 7 in the last 10. However, I feel like we are on our way to the postseason classic, and yeah, I could not be happy with what we got. Let's take a look at the lineup, see how they're doing. Marte, 295, 282 from Winker, 276 from Seeger. He's having a down year, and yet we're still crushing it. 268 for Judge, 318 from Suarez, 250 from Kyle Lewis. Moose hitting 273. Looks like he got back from an injury. Only 88 at bats for him. 285 from Story, and Kirk, 247 from him. Mountcastle's injured right now. He was hitting 260, 23 bombs for him. Trammell doing okay, doing his job, getting things done. Let's go over to the pitching rotation. 233 from Castillo, perfect. 391 from Barrios, hopefully that'll fall. 293 from Garcia. I knew he would finally have his season. He's having one now. 293. 262 from Lodolo. I remember talking about it last year about him possibly not being in this season just because he struggled the last couple years. But he's figuring it out. 262 this year so far. 412 for Malley, and the bullpen is absolutely crushing it. Osuna, 34 saves, only 1 blown save so far. 0.79 ERA. So that's why we're winning. We're playing amazing. And honestly, there's not much I think I need to change. I feel very comfortable with what we got. I think this is the season. I think we get it done this year. So let's just go ahead and sim to the postseason. there's no way we don't make the postseason, even if we don't get the first position because of the Brewers. I think we'll definitely make to the postseason. If we don't, I'll slow it down near September call-ups. But let's go ahead, sim to the postseason, and get ready for the playoffs. And boom, we are done. Finished the season 110-52, won the division, and we'll be taking on the wild card, which means we had the best standings, 110-103 from the Astros, so on the American League side. National League side, we got Padres 101, Dodgers 100. So not bad there. So let's go ahead, take a look, see how we finish the season. 292 from Marte, perfect. I didn't expect a lot of home runs from him. Winker 309, he's increasing his overall, I think. Yeah, he's going up pretty quick. Not bad from Winker. He's had 2 seasons back-to-back over 300. Awesome. 291, 34 home runs from Seeger. 59 home runs, 323 average from Suarez. This dude is tanking everywhere. Another MVP season. I'm sure he won it because I'm sure he won the Triple Crown this year. We'll have to look here in a second. 270 from Judge. 255 from Lewis, Mountcastle 258, 278 from Story, and 262 from Kirk. So not a bad job there. Everyone doing their job that they need to, going over the pitching rotation at 289 from Castillo, 359 for Barrios, 252 from Garcia, 332 from Malley, and then looks like we might have had an injury. And yeah, I mean the bullpen's good. Not bad at all. Osuna ends up getting 51 saves, 7 blown saves for him. And the injury should be to Nicoladolo. Torn hamstring, got 15 more days. Don't think he'll be. And Rivas, another guy that's played well for us. How'd he do this year? Wow, he's really doing well. 87 overall. 8 potential now. Dang, this guy must be doing something good. 14 vision. Yeah, this guy must be doing something good there. And then Lodolo. Wow, Lodolo got good too. 288. Definitely deserved it. Wow. That's really good. 288 ERA. Not bad from him. So everyone seemed to be playing pretty well this year. And obviously 110 wins will prove that to you. Let's jump into the playoff bracket and see what we got here. Minnesota and Tampa Bay on the top. And Cleveland and LA Angels will decide that one. And they will play Houston, Atlanta and San Diego on the top there, and then St. Louis and the Dodgers will end up playing me in the NLDS. And it's sad to see that the Dodgers are in the playing game, that I might have to play Dodgers in the NLDS. So let's go ahead and jump into it, see what we got, see who we're going to be playing here. And Dodgers obviously expected that with who they have. Now, Bauer, Castillo, and the Dodgers are a team that I feel like we actually don't have a better pitching rotation than. They're just loaded, really, is what it is. So, game 1, Castillo, Bauer, and a 2-16 loss. Wow, Castillo actually didn't pitch bad. Where did all the runs come from? Because that's not good, but it doesn't look like. Where do I? Okay, yeah, our bullpen just crapped the bed on that one. So, yikes. All right, game 2, Barrios and Urias got the win 9-4. Garcia and Buehler loss. Okay, this could be it. This is what I'm talking about. They got Kershaw in their number 4. We have Tyler Malley, and I got to be honest with you, I don't feel the best with this one, but we're going to go ahead and try to see if we can win it. And we don't. The Dodgers have beat the Reds, so we are done. And honestly, I thought we were going to make a run to the World Series. I didn't know if we were going to win it, but I also didn't plan on playing the Dodgers in my first couple of games. So yeah, a loss there, and just not what we wanted, but we did make it into the playoffs, I guess. So I guess we can't be too upset. The Padres beat the Tampa Bay Rays in the 2023 World Series, and honestly, there's not a lot we need to change, and I really don't know if I'll be doing much this offseason, to be honest with you. But we'll go through. We'll definitely get these free agents that we need to signed. We'll get everyone that we need to back, hopefully. And I will probably, if I don't do anything in free agency, I'll just skip through it and we'll go into season 4. However, if we stop for free agencies or trades, I will stop and let you guys know. So we're in free agency, and I know I said that we might not do much to our free agency, but looking at free agency, this is stacked. So we might we might have to do something about this, because yeah, this is stacked. This is stacked. So what I want to look at is, I guess, how we're doing here. So honestly though, there's just like no places where I see that we need to make changes. He's in like center field. Like, do we need to make a change there? I don't think so. I mean, Kyle Lewis is doing fine. We have so many backups. We got an 87 that can't even get on the field right now. So unless there's something, pitching, maybe we go after. I feel like maybe the pitching is where we struggle at. So maybe we go pitching here. Maybe we can drop some money on a pitcher like DeGrom. 1 year, $27 million is what they're trying to give him. DeGrom, the thing is though, how long can he pitch? You know, this guy Flaherty's got more time, so I think we go after Flaherty here. We might even go after Urias too, and just get a couple of guys there. Catcher we're fine with. I mean, Devers, I would love to have him. Again though, like what do we need to pay is the thing. So I'm going to go through here. Starting pitching is probably what we're going to touch on and see if we can get at least one starting pitcher moving forward. And then we will get the season started, and then we'll probably just sim straight through, because this team is stacked, and I don't know what else I need to do. We just need to win games in the playoffs. So if we go through here, I'll stop and show you the free agents if we get any, and I will see you guys to start the season. Devers deciding to go with Colorado instead of us. Hate to see it. So we've got no one in free agency so far. We've tried our best, and just nobody wanting to come over. We do get Urias, so we get that 5th starter that we wanted. We missed out on a couple guys, but if we need to, we'll hit trade talks, try to get that all sorted out. But I'm happy with what we got, so let's go ahead and go to the beginning of the season. So the regular season has started, and gotta say, first ranked, first contact, first in power, first in pitching, 20th in defense, 10th in speed. So I fully expect a 115, 120 win season. We'll have to see if we can get it. However, let's take a look at the lineup, see what we got. We got Starling Marte, Jesse Winker, Seeger, Suarez, Judge, Lewis, Mountcastle, Story, and Kirk. On the bench, we got Rivas, Moustakas, Meadows. And going over the pitching rotation, oof, this thing looks filthy. Castillo, Urias, Barrios, Garcia, and Nicola. The great season last year, 2.88 ERA, killed it, went up, and yeah, we're happy with what we got. I'm excited about it. Let's just jump into it. And what we'll probably do is I'll stop the All-Star break, see if there's anything we need to do. I doubt it. Look and see what our record is, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the playoffs. So this might be a short season, but I'm hoping that this season is going to be the best season we have, and hopefully we can go ahead and get to that World Series and win it this year in year 4. So again, at the All-Star break, could not be happier with where we're at. 68 and 22, something that looked like last year's, and it looks like we're gonna have it again this year. Excited to see what we're gonna have at the end of the season, because we are killing it so far. Let's take a look at the lineups. 274, 284, 346 from Seeger, 26 home runs already, 74 RBIs, 70 RBIs, 23 home runs from Suarez, Judge. I mean, everyone's doing their job. Mountcastle's killing it from Lewis, Story. Everyone's doing good. Excited it. Let's take a look at the pitching rotation. 222 from Barrios, 362 from Castillo. Lodolo killing it again. 191, 308. Yeah, we're good. We're just gonna go ahead and sim to the end of the season, and hopefully, we can make the World Series and win it this year. I think we're clearly the best team. However, again, it will depend on how we play in the playoffs. So let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs and see how we're gonna do. So we are 68 and 22. So let's go ahead and sim all the way up to the postseason, all the way up to the playoffs. We'll see where we're at. We'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can win it this year. I feel like this team is definitely the best team right now in the majors. So let's go ahead and see what we finish and see what the playoffs are going to look like. So we are done with the season, and the best record I have ever had while doing these. We finished 122-40, won the division, and I'm sure we had the best record of anybody. But let's just go ahead and make sure. 122. Next best was 101 with the Astros on the AL side. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how we did as far as lineups go. 280 from Story, 300 from Winker, 344 from Seeger, 309 from Suarez, another MVP season, 43 home runs, 119 RBIs, 267 from Judge, 290 from Lewis, 281 from Meadows, 259 from Moustakas, Kirk hitting 240. A couple guys over here doing pretty good as well. It's sad to see that we have a 90 overall on our bench. Obviously why we ended up with 122 wins. So going over pitching rotation, 222 from Barrios, 329 from Castillo, 324 from Lodolo, 297 from Urias, and a 286 from Garcia. Bullpen, everything looking good. 58 saves, amazing. 3 blown saves for Robert Osuna. So as you can see, the best team I've probably ever built as far as just like an all-around team. Let's go on to the playoff bracket. Cleveland, Boston up top. White Sox, Oakland will play Houston. Then on the other side, we got the Mets and the Dodgers over there, which is good because I played the Dodgers last year, and it's not the team I wanted to see in the first round for me in the playoffs. Wild card spot, San Diego and Atlanta will determine who we play at the bottom. So let's go ahead and sim through and see who we are going to play. It's going to be the Atlanta Braves. So we're going to get this one started. And again, I think this is the best team probably that I've ever made as far as like top to bottom and bench and everything. I've had a couple of really good teams. They just weren't able to do it in the playoffs, and the New York Yankees being one of those. So hopefully we can win it this year, because if we don't, we got a lot of guys like Suarez that are on the last year of their contract. So a bunch of guys that we're going to have to try to trade around and move around to try to find the salary cap to be able to re-sign them. So let's get this one started with Atlanta and us. Game 1, Fried and Barrios get the loss. Okay, not what I expected there. Game 2, Castillo and Anderson get the 5-3 victory there. Lodolo and Soroka. Atlanta still got a bunch of really good pitchers in this one. Nick Lodolo played very good all year. Played good the last couple of years, really. Game 3, Soroka and Lodolo get the win there. Game 4, Fulmer versus Urias. We have the upper hand here, and we can't finish it off. All right, going on to Game 5 between Castillo and Max Fried. Got to win this one, or we are done, and we do. We get to win 6-1. So going on to play the Mets, who 3-2 the Dodgers. So from our side, I'm happy with what I see. From the other side, Houston, the only other team really that had over 100 wins. So kind of strong over there. They beat the White Sox 3-1, and Cleveland goes on against Boston. So let's get ready for this NLCS start between the New York Mets and the Cincinnati Reds. Game 1, Barrios and Peterson. Let's get the victory. We don't. 4-8. Lodolo and Lucchesi get the victory there. 10-3. Urias and DeGrom. A good. Wow, we got our 3. They got their 1, I would assume. I'm surprised DeGrom actually ended up signing with them again. But anyways, Urias, DeGrom, Game 3, get the victory there. That's huge. Castillo, Clevenger, Game 4, victory. Let's finish it out here with the 7-1 victory. Let's see who we're going to play. Cleveland and Houston. Probably Houston. Yep, ends up being Houston. So we are on to the World Series against the Houston Astros out of the AL. And again, I think we're strong. I think we got what it takes. We've been playing pretty good in this postseason, 3s and 4s averages. So yeah, we've been playing pretty good here. Looks like Seeger's having a monster year. 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, 231, not great. But we're doing pretty good. Let's keep it going and see if we can win this World Series. Game 1, Barrios and McCullers. Let's get it done here. 5-1 victory there. Valdez against Castillo. 10-11 loss. Wow, it's a high-scoring game there. Game 3, tied 1-1. Urias and Urquidy. The loss. the win. We win it to send it to game 7. We can. So 5-4 on the win there. So Lodolo and Valdez, it will all come down to this game. 3-3 is the series right now. We've won the last 2. Let's go ahead and win game 7. And as normal, we'll jump into this one and do the quick manage and try to get through and win this one. And yeah, I think we got what it takes to win this one. I think we seriously have the best team this year. And look at this roster. Besides, well, what happened to Moose? Why is Moose playing first? We have injuries? So we do. Wow. Talk about a blow. We got Mountcastle out, we got Aaron Judge out, and we got Luis Castillo out. All of which are out. That's crazy. So we are missing some of our roster. So hopefully we can win this one because we're missing some people. I thought when I looked at it, I was like, I thought this team was better. And they are. We just have 3 of our top guys injured right now. So let's jump into the last game between Lodolo and Valdez, and hopefully we can get this World Series. All right, Lodolo, let's get this one started. Triple. Get him out. There we go. 3 strikeouts get us out of that one. Solo dinger by Yastrzemski. So not good on that side. Single, strikeout, triple by Moose. Let's go, Moose. Kirk with the walk. Lodolo, double play. Hate to see it. Single from Valdez. They got their starting pitcher hitting and scoring a run there. Wow, you hate to see that. Houston's going to be tough to beat. I'm not going to lie. Houston was loaded before, and they still pretty much got the same team from what I can see. So, yeah, they're definitely a team that's going to be tough to beat. Bregman, it looks like this one might be done and over unless we can pull some sort of crazy comeback. Bases juiced. Kyle Lewis, ground out, 1 run scored. Got to score more in those. It's not looking good for us. We got to come up with 3 runs here and hopefully not give up any more runs. Struggling. Double by Lutz, double by Story. 2-run dinger, and we tied it up with Lewis. Lewis came up the last time with bases juiced, ends up grounding out this time, a 2-run home run. So we got this baby tied in the 7th inning, going on to the 8th. Hopefully we can get out of this one. Bases juiced for them, 2 outs, fielder's choice. Let's go. Come on, Suarez. Let's get started here, boys. Come on. Oh, bases juiced, 1 out. Kirk, come on. Sack fly, we'll take it. 6-5. Currently going on to the 9th inning. And I'm guessing you're going to see the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Osuna in. I can't believe we've had 6 hits, 6 runs. We've given up 11 hits to the Astros, only 5 runs. So hopefully Osuna can finish us out here. A fly out, a ground out, and Bregman, a ground out. And the Reds have won the World Series in Season 4, 2024. World Series champions, the Reds. If you're a Reds fan, enjoy. I love to enjoy the celebration with them, and that's going to be it. The Reds going to beat Houston in the 7th game and be your 2024 World Series champions. The Reds, a very fun rebuild, and again, I tried to keep as many players as I possibly could. I'm happy I could get Moustakas his another World Series ring for Moustakas. I tried to keep as many people as we possibly could. Winker is still on the team. Suarez is still on the team. Moustakas is still on the team. Then we got Aquino, a bunch of those guys. And we go over to the pitching rotation. Lodolo ends up being just masterful for us. Just absolutely insane. Green there as well. We had a couple other guys, but they got injured. And Amir Garrett's still there. Like, we kept some of the pieces. I had to do a little bit more rebuild than I really wanted to. But they were struggling like last year. I felt like the team was good and we needed to add an extra few. But we got it done in Season 4. This is a success. The Cincinnati Reds are the World Series champions in Year 4, 2024. Congratulations. So with this one done, We will be moving on to the Miami Marlins in the next rebuild. If you have not seen your team rebuilt yet, go back and watch my channel to see if they have already been done. If they have not been done, then hit the red subscribe button, stick around. I will be doing all of the teams in the MLB. We are currently through, I believe, 13 or 14 of them, so I got a bunch more still to do. So if I have not done your team, hit the red subscribe button so that you can watch those rebuilds as well. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Slacker out.